It was early December, and I was at home enjoying my day off by the cozy fireplace. The weather outside was freezing cold and covered in snow. Not really my cup of tea. I managed to get some things done around the house, but overall, it was a relaxing day. I had the news playing in the background, and they were warning about high winds and possible blizzards starting later in the evening by 5. I could already see the weather deteriorating outside. I sat on the couch and decided to switch to a different channel around 7. The wind was slamming against the house, making it sound like a full-blown blizzard. Curiosity got the best of me, so I got up and went to the window, facing the backyard to see how it looked outside. At first, all I could see was snow rushing to the ground with almost zero visibility, but then something caught my eye. There was a figure walking through my backyard. Now my backyard was quite spacious and didn't have a fence, so it wouldn't have been that surprising if someone was out there. However, considering the blizzard, it seemed rather odd a person was walking at a normal pace heading towards the end of my yard. Unfortunately, the snow and darkness quickly obscured my view, and I couldn't see anymore. I stayed by the window for a moment, hoping to catch another glimpse and figure out what they were up to, but there was nothing. I felt a mix of fear and concern for the person, but I couldn't understand why they would be out there in the first place. The end of my yard led to a road, but it would take them miles to reach anywhere, which was impossible on foot. I decided to go back to watching TV, but my mind kept wandering back to the mysterious figure just 5 minutes later. There was a knock at the door. I cautiously approached the door and cracked it open. Standing. There was a man wearing a heavy winter jacket. His nose was bright red, and his face was pale white, as if he had been exposed to the cold for a while. I couldn't be sure if he was the same person I had seen in my backyard, but my immediate assumption was that it was, "How can I help you?" I asked the man. He mustered a humble smile and with trembling teeth explained that he was waiting for a ride. He requested if he could take shelter in my house for a few minutes to escape the cold until his ride arrived. I paused for a moment, considering the weather conditions. It's not always easy to decide whether or not to let a stranger into your home, but when they're freezing on your doorstep and desperately seeking assistance, the situation becomes less clear. Eventually, I offered him the option to wait on my porch, which was protected from the snow by an overhang. I also offered him one of my old jackets if he needed it. Although the man didn't seem thrilled, he nodded and found a seat on the chair I had outside. After closing and locking the door, I went upstairs to retrieve the jacket as I was about to unlock the door and hand it to him. Something made me hesitate. I peered through the peephole and saw the man standing right against the door, his hand on the handle as if he was ready to push it open the moment I unlocked it. My heart raced, and I quickly took a few steps back, discreetly pulling out my phone to dial 911. Whispering into the phone, I anxiously stared at the door, fully aware of the danger that awaited me on the other side. Once the police confirmed that they were on their way, I cautiously approached the door again and looked outside. To my surprise, the man had vanished. He wasn't on the porch or anywhere in the front yard. It was as if he knew I had called the police. Nothing else eventful occurred that night, and there were no further sightings of him. I can't say for certain what he would have done if I had opened the door, but I hope he never returns.